This is the Reviewing Network Live, a weekly stream of consciousness recording session where I sit back with you folks out there, talk about some of the big news stories from the past week, and some other things I found that might be of amusement to you out there. I think you might get a kick out of it. Now, these are more like audio podcasts and are much longer than my usual videos and are also for the most part unedited and will contain some foul language. So, if you're easily offended by that, I advise you to maybe step back a bit, maybe go somewhere else. But hey, if you're up to the challenge, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thanks. And for the 88th time ever, we are live from the Reviewing Network studios, welcoming you to another exciting episode of the Reviewing Network Live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show I just mentioned before. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to choose something different with the intro, as you can tell from the last couple of weeks, but even when I think I've got the right idea of what I want to say, I completely screw it up in the process, so I'm going to get it right eventually. I mean, we're going to get it right eventually here, but yeah. Welcome to May, everybody. How are you doing out there? I feel like shit today. Not actually, I take that back. I've been feeling like shit all week long. My allergies have been kicking in, but yeah, the last week was kind of rough on me in terms of that. I had to stop doing videos for a couple of days, new videos. I was able to put out some Time About the Movies Presents videos on the main channel, so there was at least something out there for the viewers out there. But overall, yeah, my allergies, this is that time of the year. I keep saying that the first 10 days of the month of May usually are where the allergies really start to kick in, but luckily I am feeling a whole lot better. I'm not coughing as much as I was before. My nose isn't as runny as it was before, but I'm feeling a whole lot better, so things should be perfectly normal, right on track, going from this point forward. Now watch me get sick again in the next couple of weeks. So it's gonna happen. Just watch what happens. But yeah. So I've been feeling like crap all week long. But then again, most of what the news stories this week in the world of entertainment have not really been all that exciting this week either. So this could be a very, very short episode this week in general, because there's a couple of stories that I did want to talk about briefly, but we do have another. Luckily, we do have another thing I have at the end of the video that we're gonna do after we get to the news articles and all that. But with all of that said, let us go ahead and get to the thing that we always start off with here on the show, and that is the weekend box office. It is the summer movie season time, and yeah, we are now more than on our way with the movie season as a whole. Some could say that the summer movie season kind of started a month ago with a Minecraft movie, but I don't know. This is the official start of it. But and this May's lineup of films certainly seems a lot stronger than last year's May slate, which really wasn't all that bad. In fact, last year's May slate probably was really, really damn good, but nobody went to go see the films. We had The Fall Guy, we had Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we had If, we had Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, and we had a Garfield movie. 5 really good movies that, for some odd reason, nobody went to go out and see. Like, the summer movie season last year didn't really start until June when Bad Boys Ride or Die came out. But certainly this year feels a whole lot different in general, specifically with the number one film, which we're going to get to in just a little bit here. But let's go ahead and get to the starting point here at the number 5 movie. Still hanging in there from last week, not really, but I mean, there was nothing else out there to really compete against it. But Until Dawn brought in $3.8 million, dropping only 52% from last week, which for a horror film, that's actually not that bad of a drop when you really think about it. But $14.3 million this weekend. If you take the worldwide gross, it is up to $34.7 million if you include the worldwide numbers. The budget on this, I don't think, was really that big in general, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was under $20 million. Yeah, $15 million. So yeah, they're perfectly fine. They're going to make their money back on that in no time. And for PlayStation Productions, this is probably their most successful movie, honestly. Uncharted and Gran Turismo weren't like gangbuster hits, but this is the one I think that's going to make the most profit of the movies they've done so far. But I don't know. I've heard mixed things about the movie, but I've heard it's actually not that bad. So, but yeah, not much more to say about that one. Until Dawn, number 5. Moving on to number 4 this week, which is The Accountant 2, which, compared to Until Dawn, this had a very, very bad drop-off. This is the kind of drop-off that I would have thought Until Dawn would have had, but no. Accountant 2 brought in $9.5 million this weekend, dropping 61.4% from last week, bringing its 2-week total to $41.1 million. If you count the worldwide numbers, it's up to $54.3 million. This thing cost $85 million to make, so it's going to get close to... It should make its budget back after worldwide grosses, but other than that, I think there was just really no reason to make this movie. I mean, there's no point to making a sequel to this. And I like Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. They were great in this movie, but they needed a better movie that wasn't just a pointless sequel to a movie that really wasn't that great to begin with The Accountant. That's my personal take on it. Speaking of movies that just won't go away, the number 3 film... moving up a spot from last week, a Minecraft movie, $13.7 million, dropping to 39.7%. Closing in on $400 million domestically, $398.2 million after 5 weeks. Worldwide, it's up to $873 million. I've said my piece on that one. You know how much I don't like that movie. But I really do like the number 2 movie a lot, Sinners. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's film. Finally out of the top spot, but still... hanging in there, man. Like, this is doing gangster business right now. $33 million, only dropping 27% from last week. Basically 28%. 3 weeks, it's brought in $179.7 million. If you count the worldwide numbers, it's over $236 million. It's a $90 million budgeted film. We don't usually see a movie like this play as well as this thing is done. This is bordering close to Oppenheimer numbers, really, when you think about it. Because Oppenheimer... stayed around for a little bit and ended up making $330 million overall domestically when it was all said and done. And it won Best Picture. Trying to give you an idea of what might happen here. But Warner Brothers needs to do the heavy lifting here and get this Oscar campaign going for this. I mean, I know it's in May, but people are going to forget that this movie came out in the spring, and it's going to be pushed aside for the late December movies in general. But yeah. So, Sinners... what more can I say, man? It's It's the best movie I've seen this year. It's one of the best movies of the decade. It's Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan doing what Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler do best. So, take that for what you will. Which brings us to the number 1 movie of the week. And, I gotta hand it to you, people. I did not think you would be able to help Snow White get all the way back up into the top spot again, but lo and behold, $76 million. The tide finally came, but the tide finally turned for that movie. And okay, I'm just kidding around with you. Snow White actually fell down to number 13 this week. But hey, it surpassed the original 1950 Cinderella release this weekend, box office-wise, but that really isn't saying a whole lot in general. I like that movie, but yeah, it's not doing well right now. But Thunderbolts is doing really, really well. $76 million opened up this weekend. If you count the worldwide grosses, it's up to... Let me see if I can find it here. It's up to $162.1 million. The budget on this was $180 million, so it's not quite at this budget yet, but it's going to get there sooner rather than later. And the film did absolutely pretty well, all things considered. I think a lot of people were expecting this to go a little bit higher because the word of mouth was growing on this one, but, Rotten Tomatoes, again, I don't like to use Rotten Tomatoes as a source here, but they have it at 88% right now, which actually makes it one of the higher rated MCU movies they've ever had. And Cinema Score as an A-. Now, remember, Captain America: Brave New World had a B- to it, and that movie still did well enough to hang around, but that movie kind of came and went. But I think the combination of that Cinema Score and the word of mouth on the film is going to really help it go along, especially considering the competition coming up in the summertime in these next couple of weeks, which really, when you look at it, doesn't really look all that bad per se. I think there is going to be some competition a couple weeks later on down the road when we get to Memorial Day weekend, but really look at next week's schedule. What do we have coming out? What's notably coming out next weekend? You can't really think of anything, can you? But then the next week you've got Final Destination Bloodlines and Hurry Up Tomorrow, the weekend movie, which really could go that weekend could go either one of two ways. How big is Final Destination Bloodlines going to get at the box office? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows on where the direction of that's going to go with this. But you also got to keep in mind with Thunderbolts that the movie features a lot of relative unknowns to most people. These are the people involved in this movie are not big box office draws. You may know who they are, but they're not really big box office draws. Like Florence Pugh, as great of an actress she is, she's not a big box office draw. Neither is Sebastian Stan, even though he just got nominated for the Oscar this year for The Apprentice. David Harbour's been a great likable actor for many people over the years. Like, Wyatt Russell isn't a big draw. You know, Luz Pullman's not a big recognizable name that most people remember. The biggest name in this movie, of all people, is Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing Valentina Allegra de Forget. And, like, you know, she's been a character they've been establishing all the way back since Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She's the biggest name in this movie, even though she's more of a supporting role in this film. But that's not to say that these people can't go on to become bigger names. I mean, besides Louis Dreyfus, I think the other really recognizable name in here is Sebastian Stan. Because, like I said, it's because he got that Oscar nomination last year. So yeah, for this movie to do as well as it did with a group of relative unknowns to a lot of people in terms of the casting, I mean, that's pretty solid stuff right there. And like I said, the word of mouth will help this movie out. It's got a good possibility to make some good money over the next couple of weeks because there isn't any big competition coming out next week or even the week after that. Although Final Destination Bloodlines could be the dark horse in that one, but all eyes are going to be on Memorial Day weekend, which is looking like it's going to be a stacked Memorial Day weekend with Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning coming out. I mean, for people who've been waiting for that Barbie Oppenheimer Part 2, there you go. I mean, that weekend supposedly right now looking to make around $200 million for just those two movies alone, with Lilo and Stitch right now looking like it's going to be a big, big hit. I mean, that movie right now is tracking very well. The marketing has been very strong for that film. The way the ploys they've been doing for this have been really good, too. I saw something yesterday where you had, I guess this is like the AMC theater at Disney, maybe at Disney in California. And there was a thing where you had, this Lilo and Stitch display, popcorn bucket and this thing of popcorn, and you start hearing these noise coming out of him, like sounding like Stitch, and all of a sudden he just pops out and starts scaring the people around them, and it's actually a really, really fun marketing campaign. I got it right here. So here it is right here. Like, I love it. Like you just see this big popcorn bucket with Lilo and Stitch on the front there, and all of a sudden Stitch just pops out. Like it's a Stitch. It's not even like it's like a Stitch. I don't want to say it's like a robot, or like you see it like you see right now at Epic Universe with the How to Train Your Dragon characters, but it looks like a puppet, like a Gremlins type of puppet. Which this thing is very Gremlin-esque like, but it's crazy to look at. But I really want one of those things. Like if I ever go on eBay a couple months from now and that's on eBay somewhere, I don't know how it would be, but if that's there, I want to get my hands on it. I don't care how much money I have to pay for it. I'd be willing to pay a ton of money for that because like it's adorable, it's cute, and it's not the last thing that they did with this thing. Because there was another one where they had another Stitch animatronic, scanning people's tickets on their phones as they're going into the movie theater. So yeah, for this one, they just have Stitch sitting in like kind of a director's chair with like this little scanner thing, and you put your phone up to it, you put your phone up to the thing, and he scans it, and then you hear Stitch go like bye bye, like. I mean, this looks incredibly cute. It looks like it's good. It's just part of the smart marketing that they have for this going on right now. I do like how he looks literally like what he would look like in the movie. Like, he doesn't look like he doesn't look like a guy in a suit or anything. This looks like the real thing. They're like taking pictures with him. This like goes on for about another minute or so. But then, just when you think that that's enough, no. They keep it going. Like, they really are going in on this. Because there was another video that came out not too long after that, where they show Stitch riding along in the pink car that he's in the movie. Yeah, like, they're going all in on this. Because you see him in the car that he's in the movie, and he's driving it around the theater. Yeah, like, this is really, really good marketing that this movie is doing. And supposedly this is at the AMC Century City, so it's got to be somewhere in Hollywood, right? Los Angeles, California. Okay, AMC Century City 15. And, yeah, it's probably only for there. I would love it if they start doing it all across the country, in theaters across the country, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I love Stitch so much. Stitch is my favorite Disney character of all time, so maybe that's why I'm more excited about this than most people probably would be, but probably the only reason why I'm really looking forward to this movie in general. Yes, the movie could probably be terrible, but you know what? I love Stitch so much. I love that character. I love that movie. I like the director they got for this, Dean Fleischer-Kipp, who did more so with the show with the shoes on. That was one of my favorite movies from a couple years ago. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic to see where they go from here. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see what they do with this movie. It could end up being terrible. It could end up not being good, but I'm still going to be there opening weekend to see it because, yeah, I love Lilo and Stitch so much. I love that series. I love that character. So, yeah, could be bad. More than likely going to be bad, but hey, they're killing it with the marketing right now, and that's all you can ask for that. Hopefully there's a good movie out of it, though. But with all that said, though, that's the box office. So let's go ahead and get to the few news stories that I wanted to cover this week. So one of the news stories that I saw this week that actually was kind of interesting was the fact that they're doing a new Miami Vice movie. Of course, this is not the first time Miami Vice has gone to the big screen. The last time we saw, Crockett and Tubbs on the big screen was with the 2006 movie directed by Michael Mann, which starred Jamie Foxx and also Colin Farrell, which I thought that movie was actually pretty good. I thought it was actually a very enjoyable film, so I'm really excited to see. I'm really cautious to see what they do with this film here. I've got the story here from the Hollywood Reporter, but the story is, Joseph Kosinski is headed to Miami. The filmmaker behind the $1.49 billion hit Top Gun Maverick is attached to direct a Miami Vice movie for Universal, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. Nightcrawler filmmaker Dan Gilroy is penning the script from an earlier draft by Top Gun Maverick scribe Eric Warren Singer, who had moved on to commitments of Amazon MGM Studios' Best of Enemies, starring Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper. The Batman producer Dylan Clark is producing through Dylan Clark Productions, and Kosinski producing through Monolith. Miami Vice began life as the Anthony Yerkovich-created TV series starring Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas as two undercover Miami police officers known for their love of pastel suits. The ambition of the show was to break the form of everything that had come before. Executive producer Michael Mann told the Hollywood Reporter last year of the series, which ran from 1984 to 1990 on NBC. Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell started the 2006 feature, as I mentioned before. Kosinski had been kicking the tires on the project since last year, working with longtime collaborator Singer to develop the project and pitch it to the studio. Though Miami Vice will not be the next project he directs, with his busy schedule including a UFO conspiracy thriller that Apple won in the bidding war in March, he next has the Brad Pitt racing drama F1 due out in June. Top Gun Maverick turned Kosinski into one of the most in-demand filmmakers in town after directing features such as Oblivion and Tron Legacy. Gilroy, whose credits also include The Bourne Legacy and worked on Tony Gilroy's Andor. Clark, also known for Matt Reeves' Planet of the Apes movies and Kosinski's Oblivion. They're just telling you who the representations are for these people. So yeah, they're making a new Miami Vice movie. And I think the reason why the Michael Mann movie worked as well as it did was because Michael Mann knew what Miami Vice was all about. He knew how to bring it into a modern setting. So I'm really curious to see what Joseph Kosinski can bring to this with a new film in that series. More importantly, who are you going to get to star as Crockett and Tubbs? I mean, I think that's what a lot of people would like to know. Probably, if I had to pick some casting, I try to go for Glenn. I think Glenn Powell's the in-demand guy for Crockett. And Tubbs, who would I get for Tubbs? I mean, the only person I could probably think of right now is maybe Michael B. Jordan as Tubbs. I mean, I think that's a movie that could sell the people right away. Glenn Powell, Michael B. Jordan as Crockett and Tubbs, directed by the guy that did Top Gun Maverick. I mean, the pieces come together so well here. I'm trying to think of who else I would probably get for Tubbs, but probably my top pick right now would probably be Michael B. Jordan, or maybe even John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. He'd probably be my second choice overall, but yeah, that's just my thinking on that one there. But could be interesting to see what happens with that one. I'm really curious to see where they go with the direction of that one. The Miami Vice movie in the works now with Joseph Kosinski directing. Alright, moving on to story number 2. And that is that the ill-fated Sergeant Rock movie has once again been shut down. The Hollywood Reporter once again with the story here. The battle was over even before it began for World War II soldier Sergeant Rock. Sergeant Rock, DC Studios' action war movie based that was to shoot this summer will no longer move forward, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. The feature project with Luca Guadaginon in the director's chair had Colin Farrell as the titular DC Comics hero and was in pre-production as it planned for a shoot in England. It was also in the throes of casting, trying to line up actors who would play the men of the Easy Company, the combat unit fighting Nazi forces in Europe. Sources say Mike Face, who started Guadagnino's Challengers, was lined up for a role. The role of a female French resistance fighter had also been set per sources. It is unclear why the project shut down, although an insider said it came down to the project's scheduling needs of shooting outdoors. The insiders say the project was not going away and would be reassessed at the end of the year for a possible summer shoot in 2026. Another source raised the possibility that Guadagnino remained untested in the realm of action movies, and even though the budget was in the $70 million range, a paltry sum for comic book movies, higher odds may have wavered in their confidence. DC toppers James Gunn and Peter Safran had been high on Rock, which was not initially on their list of projects for the first chapter of their slate, but the duo said they made room for it due to the strength of the script by Justin Kosinski, who penned Guadagnino's Challengers and Queer. Although it had a World War II setting, the story is said to involve Rock teaming up with the female French resistance fighter to fight the mystical Spear of Destiny, the spear used to stab Jesus Christ during his crucifixion, which in lore is said to have been given supernatural properties. They race to obtain it before the Nazis get their hands on it. Created by Robert Kanigher and Joe Kubert, Sergeant Rock first appeared in comics in 1959, and he was one of DC's longest-running books. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis previously circled the role during Hollywood's multi-decade history of trying to bring the character to the screen, which will now have to wait even longer for his time in the spotlight. Now, from what I heard, they haven't really officially canceled the film, but they're holding it off for... I heard somewhere that it was technically being held off, like it wasn't officially canceled, but just they're putting it to the side right now. So it's not, I don't know if it's officially canceled yet or what, but actually it was just in the article that I read. I literally just saw it right there. But what also was in the article was the fact that they weren't sure whether or not that Luca Guadagnino was ready for a big blockbuster project like this, which I'm glad to see that Hollywood studios are kind of taking a breather right now. I think they're seeing what happened with Captain America Brave New World and Mickey 17 instead of these bigger budgeted movies that didn't make a whole lot of money at the box office. They're saying, you know what, let's take a step back. Let's calm it down first. Let's let Luca Guadagnino direct some other movies first, and then we'll decide whether or not we want to come in and do this again. Because I think they're starting to realize that, yeah, just because you've never directed a blockbuster before doesn't mean you're instantly qualified to make a big hit movie in general. Because it's just not there. It's just not there with these people. Like I mentioned before with Twisters last year. Twisters was the perfect example of that. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that Luca Guadagnino is not capable of directing a big blockbuster movie. Far from it. I think he is more than capable of doing that. But you know, you have to make sure that you get it right, and you think this guy is ready to go on this project. And like I said in the article, it doesn't look like they're completely out of it yet. I think they're just waiting for the right time to do it. So we might hear some more details about it later on down the road, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this movie. This has been something I think once Daniel Craig left the project, I really did feel like that was the point where everyone kind of took a step back and said, yeah, we should probably wait until the right time is right to do this. But yeah, that's just my thinking of what happened there. But hopefully we'll get to see it someday down the road. But let's go ahead and move on to the last big news story of the week that I wanted to cover here. Once again, coming to us from the Hollywood Reporter, this is a story that is fitting for the MCU because this is coming out. This is coming out the week before the big newest MCU film comes out. But in the aftermath of Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds reaffirmed remained firm that he did not see another solo Deadpool movie in the future. That was despite the fact that the film grossed $1.3 billion, a number that validated the extraordinary amount of creative control he wields over the franchise, and which proved he was the most valuable new player in the Marvel Studios arsenal. Now, 9 months after Deadpool and Wolverine became the top-grossing R-rated movie of all time, Reynolds is quietly plotting his return to the character, but true to his word, it won't be as the lead of a solo movie. Reynolds is exploring the idea for a Deadpool movie that would feature X-Men characters, as well as continuing to script the Paramount comedy Boy Band about making writing a priority for much of this year before tackling other obligations, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. The multi-hyphenate is working on various treatments for an ensemble film that features 3 or 4 X-Men characters. Deadpool will of course appear, but perhaps only as a supporting character. Reynolds is said to believe that keeping his F-bomb-wielding anti-hero more on the sidelines could allow for the X-Men characters to be used in unexpected ways. Reynolds has been open about every Deadpool movie needing a strong reason to exist, and it's possible this could provide the avenue he needs. The potential film is separate from a potential X-Men movie that Hunger Games writer Michael Leslie is planning for Marvel Studios. There's no word on which X-Men characters Reynolds is touring with, though Oscar-nominated Wicked star Cynthia Erivo, who Reynolds honored at the National Board of Review in January, alongside her co-star Ariana Grande, has publicly lobbied to play Storm in the MCU. Reynolds would need to defer to Marvel on any such casting decisions. It's extremely early days and far from becoming a reality, as Reynolds, known for tinkering with concepts he hopes to share with Marvel in the future, is working separately from the studio at this stage. It's not unusual for Reynolds to go through many iterations before landing on the right idea. Before Deadpool and Wolverine, one idea he pitched was for Deadpool 3 to be a low-budget road trip movie. Reynolds has played in the X-Men sandbox before, with Deadpool and Wolverine featuring villains Sabretooth and Pyro, while X-Men such as Colossus has been in all 3 Deadpool movies. He lured Hugh Jackman out of retirement as Wolverine, a character who will likely show up again in the Avengers movie down the road, and he wrote a Deadpool and Wolverine role for Channing Tatum, who was long attached to a Gambit movie that never happened at Fox. Tatum will now appear in Avengers Doomsday, along with stars of the original Fox X-Men movies such as Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden, Alan Cumming, and Rebecca Romijn. His focus on writing came amid a planned break in filming. It also ends up coinciding with the high-profile legal battle between his wife Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us co-director and co-star Justin Baldoni. Reynolds has been named alongside Lively as a plaintiff in Baldoni's suit, but Reynolds' attorney are requesting that he be dismissed. If the two sides don't settle, a trial is set for next March. Sources say Reynolds also continues to work on a rewrite of the script for Boy Band, a Paramount feature he would star in about an aging members of a boy band. His close friend Jackman is keen to co-star, and the cameo possibilities are delicious to ponder. While Reynolds will still appear in front of the camera, the project is all about part of a shift in recent years to produce and writing. There is no start date or release date on the film. So you get the idea here that he's working on this other movie at Paramount, but the idea of another Deadpool X-Men team-up movie, I think after Deadpool and Wolverine, is probably the best possible idea you can work with here. I think this is I think Deadpool and Wolverine was a great film. Really a film I really love going back to every once in a while since it's come out. And at this point, Ryan Reynolds can do no wrong at this point. I mean, the guy knows how to entertain the hell out of his audience, no matter what he does. So yeah, I think this will be a pretty interesting idea to see what he does with this overall. So I'm more than cautiously optimistic about this. But like I said, it's very early on, so we won't know too much about this anytime soon. This is probably years down the road, probably way after Avengers. These next 2 Avengers movies come out, but I would be surprised if Deadpool shows up in these Avengers movies coming up. Well, with all that said, let's go ahead and move on to the last thing I'm going to cover here. Very short episode this week, and this one really kind of came out of left field. It wasn't really there until a couple days ago. Good old Microsoft Sam once again has put out another compilation of very poorly aged or cursed or whatever you want to call them commercials. This time we're looking at some brand new cursed 90s commercials. So we've got nearly 15 minutes worth of commercials to take a look at here. So I can't wait to see the horrors that are abound. And this first image right here is already off to a beautiful start. You have this is probably a promo for the Cosby Mysteries, which was a show that Bill Cosby did back in the 1990s, and you literally see Bill Cosby's image inside of a glass of Chardonnay in a wine glass. But let's go ahead and take a look and see for ourselves here.
This fall, Bill Cosby returns to television with something new.
Oh, and somebody's pouring something into another glass here. Maybe it's Cosby himself, but Wow.
All of our suspects are
Off to a great start.
The most popular star back as its newest crime solver with his own unique style.
You gonna be in there long?
With Emmy winners Rita Moreno and Lynn Whitfield, The Cosby Mysteries, Wednesdays this fall on NBC.
And it didn't even last one season. Like, it literally was gone after, like, I think 10 episodes had aired. Like, it didn't last very long at all, which at the time was a shocker. And yeah, because considering that the Cosby Show just ended a couple of years ago, you know, NBC had success with them in the past, and yet this was one of the few failures they had back then. But yeah, also it doesn't help that the promo ends with a spot with an image of the World Trade Center in the background. But I digress. Let's continue on.
Neu. Magifix für China-Pfanne.
Have a commercial for Chinese food here. And it turns you Chinese, I guess. Like, you see people with all these eating it, and then their hair changes around to like something like being like all of a sudden they're from China. It's just like, why? It's like what? It's not even all of them. It's just one person who looks Chinese. It's just like you eat it, and all of a sudden your hair starts falling out or something. It's just like, I mean, it's basically like the equivalent of saying, like, who needs to go to a barber shop? Just give me this Chinese food and I'll eat it, and just all of a sudden my hair will be gone. I have no idea what this language is. I don't know which country this is from. Germany, maybe?
Hello, this is Mr. Yawn.
And now we have a mattress with a face that literally looks like an alien that's about to suck up all the air in front of them. Like, what the hell is this? This is Mr. Yawn Mattress Factory.
Celebrating our 10th anniversary.
That does not look like a 10. That does not even look like a 1.
We're still a family-run business, and we stock all the brands you know and love. But just look at our prices. This top-of-the-range Comfort Sleep Spinal Zone ensemble with...
And this thing is all over the commercials, too. Like, no matter where you go, like, it's, like, right there. Like, they just showed him taking a picture with his father and her daughter, the daughter's looking at her, this dude that's just like... This guy in the mattress suit just like, Daddy, get me away from him, please. Like... And then it shows a mattress, like a Comfort Sleep Spinal Zone thing, and the thing is standing right there, like right there. It's just like, I ain't going anywhere.
Starts at only $399, doubles at $499, and queen size ensembles are low $599. Don't forget our famous free home delivery in the metropolitan area. Mr. Yawn's Mattress Factory, 443 Gardeners Road, Rosebery, phone 693-2273.
I think this might have been from London, England, because the guy sounds like he's speaking British. Bigfoot's Family Restaurant's next. Bigfoot presents Baby's First Words.
A is for apple, B is for big fish.
Okay, I think I know why this is included in the curse thing, because that baby's mouth is not moving like a normal baby should.
B is for big fish.
And he's got these shady eyes, like looking dead center. It's just kind of like, what the hell?
He takes after his father.
Bigfoot! Breakfast anytime!
Next up, we have Norton Furniture.
Good news for people that have credit problems. Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. My name is Mark, and you can count on it. You gotta help me out with something.
I think the drugs are kicking in. Like, what the hell was that all about? The dude's yeah, he's got this creepy voice, but it literally sounds like ASMR. Just like, and now with the weather, let's go to our, Mr. Weatherman, Mr. Joe. I forgot I lost my train of thought there for a second. Excuse me, I'm coughing now. But like, seriously, listen to this guy.
You gotta help me out with something.
I can't figure out how high my octave voice should go.
540, join.
Okay, we have an adult sex line here with these four, you remember late night television back in the day, you would, like after 12 o'clock, you would turn on Comedy Central during the commercial breaks, you'd see commercials like this with these women in sexy lingerie telling you to call this number, and, they talk dirty on the phone to you. Well, we start off this image with four sexy looking women in lingerie, and then you have this weird dude in the back who's just standing there like, I'm, like this, like a bodyguard or something like that. I'm fully erect.
Join the fun. All have some.
And of course, he's got to do the creepy eyes too. Jesus. Yeah, that's a trap right there. Like if you hang around these people, you're gonna end up in a woodshed. Is tied up in a woodshed, getting ready to be murdered by somebody.
We'll do you up right. We'll do it all night.
Live.
We can have a chat or tell you where it's at. Make a live connection, and we'll personally handle your erection.
So let's do it.
Never go anywhere near people that tell you, let's do it in the way that he just did right there. Like, that's... like, Jesus.
Your erection.
So let's do it.
Live.
540.
Join.
Join.
It's only $1.75 per minute.
Yeah, that's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, you need to get away from that person whatsoever. But, yeah, this next one's not starting off on a good note either. You got this guy looking stoned out of his mind, sitting on his couch watching television. It says $5 first minute, $1 each additional minute, which is probably another sex line, I'm guessing.
I'm tired of being alone every night. There must be some way I can meet the girl of my dreams.
I'll go get it. Again, I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. Jesus. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that this guy is also kind of like the last guy we saw in the previous commercial. Like, he'd be somebody that you hang out with him, and then you're gonna wake up to, like, is tied up in some dungeon downstairs. This dude's wicked sex dungeon or something like that. But
My friend called the singles connection, and he's having the time of his life. Maybe I should call.
Like, I love the dude's face on here. It's just like, what do you think? Should I call?
The singles connection is the best way to meet that someone special you've been searching for. $5 for the first minute, $1 for each additional minute. For adults only. The singles connection gets you connected with America's most available singles, any time of the day or night.
I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to call the singles connection now.
Yeah, this dude seriously looks like he'd be a serial killer. But I think it's funny because, let's be honest, 9 times, I bet you $100 that every single one of those people in that commercial is probably dating somebody or is married to somebody, and like they're committing adultery right now. Like, yeah, that was not a good looking commercial at all. So,
What a hunk.
I'm in love. Do you know the most important thing to say when you first meet someone? Are you aware of the 3 things that the opposite sex finds the most attractive? Do you know where and how to find the dream relationship you've always wanted? The answers to these questions and much more are available in this breakthrough new program, Love, Sex, and Dating in the 90s. Authors Stephen Newmark, Rebecca Sidnor, and Luann Cole are the leading experts in the field of love, sex, and dating. Together.
I just realized what that mattress before from the mattress commercial guy looks like. He looks like the creature from SCP Containment Breach. That's literally what he looks like. I just figured it out right now, but I'm trying to see what this next commercial is about here. But if there's anything here that's worth it, but I don't know. This doesn't look like anything too seriously bad here, as far as I know.
Taken from their live seminars. Now you can receive the powerful results from these seminars in the comfort of your own home. Call now and order Love, Sex, and Dating in the 90s and discover where and how to meet people easily, how to prepare for a date to ensure success, how to use the keys to seduction.
They give you like two different video cassette tapes, and then there's a whole thing where it's like 6 different, regular cassette tapes. And it's just kind of like, is this really that hard to do to find somebody to love, date, or have sex with in the 90s? I mean, granted, yeah, we didn't have the internet, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, Is this really the levels that we're going to go with this?
What men and women really want, their sexual secrets, and how to make a relationship work.
GLH means great-looking hair. Just spray GLH on, and it instantly covers your bald.
Oh, I've seen this commercial before. It's a spray where if you're balding if you're balding somewhere, you can just spray it on, and like it's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help you, like make it seem like you're not balding in specific areas. Like they got this guy with like black hair, dark brown hair, and they're spraying it on him. Because they're showing the before image of that little bald area that he has, but now they sprayed on here. It's just like, it's supposed to work like magic, but really, we know exactly that does not happen in real life.
Leaving you with great-looking hair. And ladies with thinning hair or bald spot, GLH solves the problem instantly. GLH is not a paint or a cover-up.
Like, they got this one dude who's literally balding in the front of his head. It's just like, no, let's spray this all over you, man. Let's just spray this all over you. You'll look fine. Don't worry about it.
It's an amazing powder that clings to the tiniest hairs on your head. It actually builds on itself, leaving you with great-looking hair. And the GLH hair system is not expensive.
Wow. That's incredible. This is the first time I've ever used this product. I saw it on the infomercials, and I was skeptical at first.
That's incredible. I've been getting harassed for being bald, and all your young man. No more dates like
this dude right here, he's literally got like the Kenny G hair he had in the 1990s, and he's balding. It's just like, how funny would it be if you actually used what's the stuff that Flex Seal? Like imagine if they used Flex Seal instead of actually using their own product. Like that's. Like, but this dude right here, like this Kenny G looking dude. Oh, I just missed out the best part, because I've seen this commercial before.
I've been getting harassed for being bald, and all your young man. No more dates without being called old man, but the babes are back.
The babes are back, baby. And then you take the shower after you have sex, and then you come out of the shower, and she realizes, wait, where'd your hair go? It's just like, oh, shit. The babes are back. I remember this from Jacksepticeye's video he did when he was looking at commercials from back in the day. I knew this looked familiar. The babes are back. The babes never came for you, buddy.
Oh, I started using GLH about 4 months ago after my barber told me I'd never grow any more hair.
Oh, Roscoe Lee Brown, why? Okay, it's not Roscoe Lee Brown, but he literally does sound like him, though.
Hey, Emmett, look at me now. A full head of hair.
I've been cast out of my house because I didn't have hair.
Order GLH now for only $39.92 and get.
Oh, $39.92. We're being so smart with that one. Just like $40 for that seems like a bit much.
$15
I mean, come on.
Free, or send $39.92 plus SMH to Ronco.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Beverly Hills, California.
We're not even halfway through this already.
Is having a sale.
So we have a commercial for F&J Furniture here.
Right now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Bad credit or no credit? No problem. Are you on welfare or Social Security? Are you newlyweds? No problem. Come see us.
I say. This is Frankie and Johnny's, the place that let you have it with no problem. I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You ever see the special man?
Okay, this is a shady furniture place. Everybody here looks like there's some dealings going on here that I mean, this literally does not feel like a safe place to be at.
No problem.
I'd like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man. With no problem. I say, see Frankie and Johnny, he's the credit man in town for only $50 down. You put you in a living room set, a bedroom set today.
It's Boomhauer's father all grown up. I tell you what you do, man. You come down here to this furniture place, we go ahead, move it. Is it crazy? Hey, you got no money, got no problem? Don't worry. We'll set you up big time, baby.
See the special man.
I got the $50.
With no problem.
I got it with no problem.
No, I think there's going to be a lot of problems at this place. A lot of problems. Okay, you know what? I need a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. And a cough should welcome you back in here. But anyway, took a little break. But we're not even halfway through this video yet, and we're already there was only 15 minutes worth of footage there, so I had to take a break a little bit there. So let's get back to it.
What's that?
I've seen this commercial before. I can't remember what it is, but I've seen these people before.
Do you have insurance on this car? No. It must be Eagle Man.
Eagle Man, that's what I remember him.
I've got something for you.
Just this random eagle dude sitting on top of a car, giving you this death stare face right now. Giving me the death stare face right now. Just like, just call the number now. He's, motherfucker, you just laid an egg on my car, and now there's even more damage. Like, he literally just laid an egg on top of this car. And it's just kind of like, why? The lady's just like, ooh, like she, like, I like to think the director's probably just like, pretend you're in shock, ooh, and your hands are going all the way back. And if you open it, and the egg opens up, and there's another bird that comes out of it.
Oh, look at those low rates.
Eagle guarantees the lowest auto rates in Illinois.
Okay, I love how they have a list of things where it's just like, look at those low rates, and it shows all these different age brackets. But then on the side it says age, married males, single males, all females. What about married females? Like, what about them? Like, why are the men so different in this equation here? But yeah, 30 to 75 really isn't all that different. Neither is 25 to 29, except for single males is 274, and the payments is 84. Yeah, most of these are pretty much the same. 201, 61. What was the point of this?
Call now.
Remember the good old days when he used to call me?
Another sex hotline.
Talk about anything. I mean anything. Well, I know you thought those days were gone, but they're not. I'm still here, and I'm still waiting. Call me. The good old days are back.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, the sex hotlines in general, like, you call them and they're supposed to talk dirty to you for as many minutes as you want them to. It's just kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the point of it per se, but hey, they were telling them back in the day. I don't know why it was cursed and all. I don't know if it was just because of the fact that it was just this woman, this blonde woman looking at you with this fog in the background or something like that. I don't know. Like, it just didn't look like anything that specifically cursed about it.
I wish.
Is that Daryl Hannah?
Through sunlit golden bars, to reach the sun, the moon, the stars.
Sun, moon, stars. The new fragrance from Karl Lagerfeld. Your gift with any $37 Sun, Moon, Stars fragrance purchase at fine department stores.
Yeah, I don't get that one either. It looked like Daryl Hannah doing that commercial. I don't know. Maybe I need to do some research on maybe the company behind it. Okay, it was Daryl Hannah. I think the only thing that I'm seeing here that would make this kind of cursed is the fact that this commercial is directed by David Lynch. That's the only thing I can think of here. So far, there has not been anything like... There wasn't anything like we saw the last time when we looked at some cursed commercials so far. But we're we're only 8 minutes in, so there's still about 6 minutes left to go here. So let's see if we can change that.
At fine department stores.
Artie Fuqua. Safe sex. Okay, what is it?
Can't you eat that later? What? And let my food get cold?
Out of your mind, girl. I've been waiting all day to eat these fries. You don't cook.
What is happening here? Like, it starts off saying Artie Fuqua, safe sex, and then all of a sudden you think maybe it's a Heinz commercial because he's got like a hamburger and fries. Excuse me. But he's got like a hamburger and fries right here, and he's getting ready to open the Heinz ketchup bottle, and you think it's a commercial for Heinz. But then the MTV logo shows up on the side here, so I'm guessing this is like an MTV bumper or something, because, yeah, I have no idea what the hell that was all about.
Can't you eat that later? What? And let my food get cold?
Out of your mind, girl. I've been waiting all day to eat these fries. You don't cook.
Like, those fries cannot be that good if you've been waiting all day long to eat those. Just saying, but...
Stop by aisle 5 for Clairol's Herbal Essences. It takes you where no shampoo has gone before, with all natural botanicals.
Oh, I've seen these commercials before where these women, like, they open up a thing of Clairol Herbal Essences and all of a sudden they start getting horny. Like, if this is what I think it is... Yeah, this is exactly what it is.
If you think that's great, try the body wash.
I don't know if I would take advice from Dr. Ruth. That's Dr. Ruth's voice telling her to try another form of Clairol Herbal Essence. Like, I love how the comments down here. Getting Dr. Ruth to recommend the body wash as part of that series of very suggestive Herbal Essence commercials was actually pretty funny at the time. Which I guess she's not wrong on that one, but it's just like, yeah, it's like a...
Clairol's Herbal Essences.
Yeah, there's a ton of these commercials out there, just saying.
There he is.
You got some voyeurs watching it. Three 90s women watching a man going out of his house.
What we've been waiting for.
Commercial for Jordache.
There we go. Right. Hello. Welcome. Nice jeans.
Jordache.
Which at the same time, it's just like, yeah, it's three sexy women looking at a guy like that who's walking around in his tidy whities, like he's literally wearing like a boxer. He's literally like not wearing boxers, like he's wearing briefs. And I love how there's one comment that's literally just like, wow, imagine if the roles were reversed. That would never make it on TV. And sure enough, yeah, that would make a good point. It's just like, yeah, if it was because if it was three guys doing that to a woman, yeah, we'd be talking about something else much different altogether. So yeah, that's probably the closest one that I've seen. It's just kind of like it's not really cursed. It's more like poorly aged, in my opinion. But anyway, we still got about 5 minutes left to go here. Oh, and speaking of the devil, it's another commercial where this time it's two guys with a video camera taking a video of a woman. With a mannequin for some reason. Or maybe that wasn't that. Maybe that was somebody else, but... Raza Matzaza is the name of the commercial. But yeah, it's kind of funny how that followed the commercial with the three ladies looking at the dude in his underwear, but...
My bowl, and that wicked honey wheat that fills a hole. Tell all the buck people that wheat is neat. Those little honey jackets just can't be beat. With milk, it's thrilling, my kind of fuel. Delicious in your dishes, it keeps me cool. I'm the sugar pop daddy with something to say. There's no better
place. I think we're gonna make a cameo from you know who.
Now that's what I call wrapped in honey.
Well, maybe not. I was expecting to see P. Diddy coming out of the blue there, Sean Puffy Combs. But no, it was just a commercial mascot dressed up like P. Diddy. But anyway, turn up the fun. Oh, Balzac! I remember this toy. Okay, it's a commercial for Balzac toy. It's this toy where you have these kids like. I can't remember what it was, but I remember the name. The name sounds familiar, and the toy looks familiar. That's what it was. It was a balloon in a sack. You blow it up, and it's supposed to be like a toy you play with, like if you want to play soccer or something.
Us two Balzacs are where it's at.
This is Brett. Turn up the fun with Balzac. Turn up the fun with Balzac.
Balzac and Brat. Like, this used to be on television for kids during the Disney Afternoon and Nickelodeon and the Cartoon Express. Like, they played this on TV and nobody ever batted an eye. I mean, then again, our parents may have done that, but it was, kids like me when I was 6 years old, like, I didn't pay attention to that, but, man, I remember that, Balzac. I think I might have actually had one of these, and we got rid of it.
McDonald's new Tastes of the Orient. 4 mini spring rolls with Oriental sweet and sour sauce. The Oriental burger with teriyaki sauce, lettuce, and mayonnaise. And 6 chicken McNuggets with satay sauce. McDonald's Tastes of the Orient. Better get a move on.
You know, I reckon we ought to come here more often.
Yeah, that's kind of to be expected.
Well, hello. Mr. D again. Our subject? Value Express combos at the Racks drive-thru. These tasty delights are priced in low, even dollar amounts. So there's no change. That's just grand, because Mr. Delicious just had some rather delicate surgery. If there's no change, he doesn't have to squirm so much to put it back in his pocket, now does he?
That's got a double meaning there, doesn't it? Let me hear that again. I'm curious. I think I'm misreading something here.
Because Mr. Delicious just had some rather delicate surgery. If there's no change, he doesn't have to squirm so much to put it back in his pocket, now does he?
Doesn't have to squirm so much to put it back in his pocket. What do you think that they're possibly meaning by that?
See, he just grabs his combo and drives ever so slowly over the speed bump. Tickety-dee.
Like, why is the random dude just... Why is the dude in that commercial for Racks is just randomly walking around? Like I don't know if the animator was supposed to know if he was supposed to be standing on the concrete or not, or is it like Cool World? He's just like supposed to just be walking around and is at random points during this. But I think we have an answer to what Mr. Rax's surgery is, what that surgery that Mr. Rax was having before, and it's probably on this little beauty right here.
Got it. Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner.
The Wonder Boner, classic commercial where, the people behind the which commercial was it? Yeah, the people behind Balzac may have had no idea what they were doing, but this commercial certainly knows what the hell it's doing. I mean, there's no way you can advertise this product and play it straight, but they're trying.
The Wonder Boner?
Yeah, even the guys are just like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Oh, you laugh now. Just watch.
Just watch.
Just assemble the Wonder Boner stainless steel rod.
Please watch my Wonder Boner at work.
It's like this. You take the fish, find the top of the spine, and you slide him through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and... voila!
I mean, to be honest, it's not a bad idea for a product. I mean, it looks like it actually does work its job very well, but, you want to know how we know that these people knew exactly what they were doing?
The Wonder Boner. My wife would like that.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing. What can you say, man, but, the Wonder Boner. Your wife will like that.
Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing new fishing tool that makes deboning fish a breeze.
Again, it doesn't seem like a bad product overall, but just the name, man, the name.
Char and whitefish. Simply connect the appropriate size.
On to the next commercial.
Invited to celebrate the birth of your Wonder Boner now. Call toll-free 855-246-9948. Call now.
Get your Wonder Boner today. Let's see, how many more do we got here? A couple more. We're not too far off. We're about a minute plus away.
You're cordially invited.
We got Oprah Winfrey.
The birth of Sean Puffy.
Oh, there it is. P. Diddy. Featuring a lot of actors who have been canceled since then. You just saw Ellen DeGeneres there.
Diddy, Puffy back. P. Diddy. You are cordially invited to celebrate the birth of P. Diddy. Sean P. Diddy. Puff Pastry Cone. Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff Puffy. I call Puffy Sean John. Got a lot of names, huh? So get some more names. HR Puff and Stuff. Sean P. Puff. Puffy Food.
That's Ellen from her new home in London right now. I think she moved to London recently, if I'm not mistaken.
He was on birthday boy this night.
It wasn't London, it was somewhere else.
Sean Puffy Combs. Yo, Puff Daddy Combs! My man, Puffy. Big boy! The legendary Puff Daddy.
Ah, there's our president right there.
He did, yes. Puff Daddy. Gene Puff! Guys, the one you need to use.
Puff Daddy. Like that.
Yeah, this is the last commercial.
Hey! Hi, guys. How you doing? On November 4th, you are cordially invited to the birth of Puff Daddy. Yay!
I guess that's it. But Puff is come to the birthday party of Puff Daddy. He's gonna have a ton of Johnson & Johnson baby wash waiting for you. But anyway, that's the end of the commercial. But end of the commercials. I will say this though. I'm watching this. I was kind of underwhelmed by this. Even the image that it's the thumbnail has a picture of Puff Daddy with Johnson & Johnson baby wash on there, and that was nowhere in this compilation at all. So yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but like I said, yeah, this compilation was not one of the stronger ones, honestly. And I was expecting a lot more from it per se, especially after the last couple of sets we looked at. But it is what it is. So I thought we had something there. It was my first time watching it, so I did not get to take a look at it beforehand, before I did this. But hey, we filled some time out here, and I think we did get to the hour mark of the show here. So we did get to an hour-long show at this point. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to recommendations and get the heck on out of here. Of course, once again, it's another slow week for new releases. In terms of big new releases, we ain't getting any this week. But what we are getting this week is Lilo & Stitch on 4K for the first time ever, tying it into the new movie coming out on the 23rd. Also getting a 4K release is What Lies Beneath from Shout Factory. The Star Trek movies are getting re-released in a nice-looking set. And In the Heat of the Night, the original In the Heat of the Night, is getting a nice-looking 4K Criterion release. But other than that, though, that's about it in terms of new releases, in terms of physical media releases. Yeah, it's not one of those weeks big. It's the week after the big new releases came out the week before. Nora, Paddington, and Peru. Those movies in particular. But the big one I'm going to try to get this week is Lilo & Stitch. So that's something I'm going to get, because yeah, I love that movie so much. I'm looking forward to the new film. But with all that said, that is going to wrap this party up here. That's going to wrap this episode of the Reviewing Network Live up for this week. So, once again, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Reviewing Network Live. We're new every Sunday night here. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more videos like this, more with some better stories and better videos to look at, I know this week was kind of a bust on those fronts, but if you want to see some other episodes I've done, check out our playlist, check out the previous episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification button, all the usual stuff I tell you. And with that said, I will see you guys here next Sunday night. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys next week. But until then, we're out, and we are out.